Wherever you're comfortable, once you get past that gate, if you'll face me and raise your right hand to be sworn as a witness. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you give in this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
Thank you. If you'll follow the bailiff now to the ramp that leads up to the witness chair, please watch your step. Go ahead, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. That microphone in front of you is fully adjustable.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Corporal. Can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Corporal Richard M. Blair.
And how do you spell your last name?
B-L-A-I-R.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm employed with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been employed with them?
Almost 23 years.
What's your current assignment and duties?
I'm currently assigned as a supervisor in our special victims section, so I oversee crimes related with juveniles, sexual battery, internet predator stuff.
What was your assignment back in March of 2017?
Was assigned as a detective to the homicide section.
Were you originally assigned or given an assignment regarding an investigation of a listed suspect / defendant Trevor Summers?
I was.
And do you recall when you were given your first assignment with regards to this investigation?
Would have been March of 2017. I don't remember the date off the top of my head.
Okay. Do you have your report with you?
Yes, in my bag in the back.
Can you retrieve that? Can you retrieve this bag in the back? When were you given your first assignment?
March the 12th of 2017.
And approximately what time?
Sorry, I missed that.
I'm sorry, March 12th, 2017. It was in the afternoon time.
Where did you need to respond to?
I needed to respond to what I was told was the incident scene or the location. At the time, I didn't know where I was, how everything played in, and so I responded to give you the exact address for my report.
Would looking at your report refresh your memory?
It would.
Please let me know when your memory's been refreshed.
It's been refreshed.
And what was the address?
1412 Dew Bloom Drive.
And when you responded there, did you meet with anybody?
I did.
And who did you meet with?
Corporal Charles King.
Did you get debriefed on the facts and circumstances surrounding this investigation thus far?
I did.
And what did you then do?
I was given a series of telephone numbers in an attempt to, then I was given instructions to make contact with those telephone numbers to see if there was any information that could be gleaned from the individuals with those phone numbers.
Were there any investigative leads with regards to those phone numbers that you followed up on that assisted in furthering the investigation?
We attempted to make phone calls. I attempted to make phone calls to them, and most of the numbers I was not successful on. But those phone numbers were coming from cell phone records that we had obtained.
Okay. And those were cell phone records. Were they regarding from the Trevor Summers phone or from the victim's phone? Or did you know?
I did not know at the time.
What was your next assignment?
From there, I was given the assignment of assisting in processing of the residents at Dew Bloom.
And when you say assisting in processing the residents at Dew Bloom, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so in an investigation like this, the incident scene, and it was because it was a larger investigation, specific tasks were assigned. I was assigned, and the way that I was going to assist the lead detective in this case was I was going to be the scene detective. I was going to process the scene. And what that means is I'm going to work with our crime scene technicians, so the folks that are actually going to physically pick things up, take photographs, take measurements. I'm going to go in and I'm going to work with them inside of the residence, point out things that may be of evidentiary value, and then document the same on my report, and then ensure that the information that we are learning from inside the residence, based on what we see in evidence, is relayed back to the lead detective.
So on this date, did you meet with a crime scene investigator at the Dew Bloom residence?
I did.
And who was that crime scene investigator?
Jake Becker.
Was there a search warrant previously obtained prior to conducting this search and collection of evidence in the residence?
There was.
And what is a search warrant?
So a search warrant is going to be a court authorization for us to enter into in this case it was a premise, a residence, and seize any evidence related to a specific crime. So the process in which we go through with that is we have to outline on the document, we have to write out what we believe is the probable cause for us to be granted authority to go into this residence to obtain any type of physical evidence from there. Once we write that search warrant, it's approved by the state attorney's office and ultimately reviewed by a judge. And it's upon the review of the judge that if the judge does approve of it, then we are we're given the right to go in and seize and secure any evidence and process a location.
Was this still March 12th of 2017?
Yes, ma'am.
So is it fair to say the defendant nor the victim had been located at this time?
No, ma'am.
No interviews had been done with either one of them at this time?
Correct.
So you're going into this house with minimal information, is that fair to say?
At the time we went in, very minimal information.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes, you may.
Corporal, I'm showing you what's already been introduced into evidence as State's Exhibit Set 1, A1 through 104. Have you previously looked through these photographs prior to trial?
Yes, I have.
And do they fairly and accurately depict the observations that you made on March 12th of 2017 when you entered the home?
Yes, they do.
And you worked along with crime scene investigator Becker in the collection of any evidence, is that correct?
Yes, I myself, and then there was other detectives who were assisting me.
Is there a specific way that you go through the residence? Do you start on the outside and then go on the inside when you are conducting your initial investigation as a crime scene detective?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to go, the way that I would do it is I go inside of the residence, obviously through the point of entry front door, and we're going to kind of work our way through from front to back. Once we've done that and we're doing more of a searching, then myself, or if there's other detectives present, they may be assigned specific rooms, like a detective being assigned a specific bedroom, and that's their responsibility to search, or the kitchen or the garage or other various locations. And so it's but it's systematic and it's detailed.
Now, were there interviews being conducted of the children at the time that you were conducting the search of the home?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
Okay. As interviews are being conducted, I would assume by other detectives?
Yes, ma'am, not us.
Is that information being relayed to you as a crime scene detective as to possible evidence?
Yes, ma'am. What information they're able to get out to us, depending on taking breaks in the interview and so on and so forth, then, or via text message, or I'm sorry, not text messages, phone calls. Then they'll send us, hey, we hear this, we hear that, and so the information comes to us at that point.
What were items of note that were collected during the search of this residence?
There were some notes that were collected from the garage area. There was some duct tape collected from a tool bag, as well as from a trash can inside of the kitchen. There was a water bottle collected. There was some scarves, linen, like clothing scarves that were collected.
Did you know whether or not specifically the scarves, if that information came from the children or another detective that was relaying that while you were there?
That would have been relayed to me. I wouldn't have known that on my own.
Any other items of note that were collected from the residence at that time?
There were some other items in the trash can, water bottle. There was, I believe, a jacket or a. Trying to, if I can,
at your report,
how I describe it in my report, I would prefer to do
looking at that, refresh your memory.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And how did you refer to it?
I referred to it as a white extra large sports jacket with a pink trim.
When you're there collecting items of evidence with the crime scene investigator, do you know that whether or not everything you collect has has evidentiary value, or is it possible that some things you collect doesn't have any evidentiary value regarding the case?
Yes, ma'am. We don't, at that time, we didn't know what was evidence and what was not.
Okay. And is it possible that there were things at the home that were not initially collected when you and crime scene investigator Becker were there, that were ultimately found later on after the victim and the defendant were located?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge may approach the witness.
You may.
Corporal, I'm showing you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit B for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And is this a, how is it that you recognize it?
It's a crime scene diagram of the children's bedroom at the residence on De Blue.
And is it a fair and accurate diagram of that bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
State offers in evidence State's Exhibit B.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
B will be admitted.
Permission to publish?
You may publish.
Do you know why, Corporal, there was a diagram that was made of the children's room?
Yes, I do.
And why is that?
There was indications that this was the bedroom in which Mr. Summers had been let into by one of the children.
And is the window notated at the top left of the diagram
Yes, ma'am. With a dimension.
with dimensions of that window?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you conduct any interviews of the children?
No, ma'am.
Were you requested to conduct any follow-up information with regards to any of the children?
I do not believe so.
Were you asked to follow up regarding any information regarding the path of travel that the 14-year-old Arden Summers took from her drive from the victim's residence to the defendant's residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that the same day, or was that a different day?
That was the same day, later in the evening.
And how did you go about doing that?
Made contact with Arden, and then I believe we used like Google Maps to be able to give a description of how the path of travel was.
Okay. And did you relay that information to supervisors?
I did.
Were you tasked with interviewing anybody else with regards to this investigation?
Yes, I was. I interviewed, I believe, Mr. Summers' father, via telephone.
And what was his name?
Looking at my report would refresh my
If you let me know. And Corporal, did you literally just leave testifying in another separate
Yes,
trial?
I did.
Okay. And so please let me know when your memory's been refreshed.
Okay. It's been refreshed.
Who did you speak to?
Stephen Summers.
Okay. And you spoke to him over the phone?
Yes, I did.
Was he able to provide you information regarding where his son, the defendant, was, or the victim, Ms. Summers?
No, ma'am, he was not.
Did you later learn on March 13th of 2017 that the victim and the defendant had been located?
Yes, I did.
And were you tasked with anything at that point?
At that time, I was tasked with completing the proper documentation, the reports, the criminal report affidavits for the associated with the arrest.
And then on a later date, specifically on November 13th of 2017, were you given another task regarding this investigation?
I was.
And what was that?
I was brought to court. I came to court based on a motion to collect a DNA buccal swab from Mr. Summers.
What is a DNA buccal swab?
It's a swab. It looks, the swab itself, it looks like a big Q-tip, and it's put in the mouth, and it takes all the skin cells and saliva from inside the cheek, the mouth, and then that's used for DNA comparison. That's sent to the lab and used for DNA comparison.
And is the lab that you're referring to called the Florida Department of Law Enforcement?
It is.
Okay. And how do you go about collecting this swab? Do you take any protections at the time?
Yes, I put on latex gloves, And when I normally collect a swab, when I open the swabs itself, I give them to the individual, and they swab their own mouth, and then they put it back into this packaging, which is placed into an envelope, which is sealed, and then which is sent away, and then I remove my gloves.
And who specifically did you take the DNA buccal swab from on November 13th of 2017?
Trevor Summers.
Do you see him here in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point to him and describe an article of clothing that he's wearing?
In a blue shirt, button up.
Please let the record reflect he has identified the defendant.
Record shall so reflect.
May I approach the
You may.
witness, Judge? Corporal, I'm approaching with State's Exhibit N, as in Nancy. Do you recognize this item?
I do.
How is it that you recognize it?
It's my name and my initials across the evidence seal tape.
Okay, if you can please look inside. Let me know if you recognize the contents within.
Yes, ma'am, I recognize the white envelope that would have contained the swabs.
Is that in the same or substantially the same condition as it was on the date that you collected it, November 13th of 2017?
The same, or
State
substantially the
offers
same.
State offers into evidence State's Exhibit N.
N, is there any objection by the defense?
No objection.
N will be admitted.
Permission to have the corporal publish it, Judge?
The corporal may publish it.
This is the white envelope. It's my writing right up there. This would be the packaging that contains the swabs.
And is the swab like a long Q-tip?
Yes, ma'am. This is this would be the tips of the swab, and then on the other end of it down here is cotton, which I can pull them out if you want me to, or leave them in there.
Might as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Are you one of the individuals that conducts any of the DNA testing on these items?
No, ma'am, I'm not. Yep.
Did that conclude your duties with regards to this investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
State
Yes, ma'am.
The witness, Judge.
Cross-examination, Mr. Summers.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
I just have a few questions. When you first responded to 14 Dew Bloom Road, do you know approximately how many hours you were there that day?
In total, maybe 6 or 7.
6 or 7 hours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that would coincide with the photographs that were taken by Mr. Becker?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so how does that work? I don't understand completely, but
Okay.
do you walk room by room with the photographer and point out things that you may believe of evidentiary value?
So the way the process works from the very beginning is the photographer is going to go in, and the first thing they're going to do is they're going to take overall photographs of everything. And in that case, I would be at the front door, essentially watching him go from room to room, take photographs. From there, we're going to come back, and that's when we're going to go in and begin to mark items of evidence, potential items of evidence. And with that, yes, I'm walking with the crime scene investigator, or one of the other detectives is walking with the crime scene, in this case, Mr. Becker. And then as things are marked, they are photographed and then collected and photographed, and we go throughout the process.
Okay. Outside of this report that you're reading from, that we're referencing, that's included in the police report, do you have independent notes or recollection of observations you made that day?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. The dirt you indicated on the windowsill of the window that they say was entered, that was the window on the side of the house?
Yes, sir.
You said you indicated dirt on the windowsill. Did you notice any dirt on the bed as well?
If I didn't document in my report, I may have not noticed it. It would be reflective in the photographs.
Okay. Did you happen to review any of the photographs after they are taken?
Immediately after? No, sir.
No.
I didn't review any photographs immediately after, no.
Between, at any point did you review the photographs?
In preparation for here, I reviewed the hundreds of photographs, yes.
Okay.
So-
Did you notice in any of the photographs that there was dirt on the bed by that window?
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't remember even looking for that specifically.
Okay. You state on mine, it's page 291.
Okay.
It's page 3 of your report, that there was a water bottle on a dresser that was information received from Detective Steele.
Objection, Judge. Improper question. He's reading from a report.
Yeah, excuse me. You can ask the question without reading from the report.
Excuse me, yes. If you would reference your report, sir, can you tell me how you received information from Detective Steele about a water bottle and why to mark a water bottle as evidence?
That was based on information that I received from Steele via phone call or being relayed to me,
Okay.
that it may have some involvement.
Okay. And if that water bottle was among other things, would the other things be of evidentiary value too, or?
Again, at the time in which I was inside the residence, information is still coming in, so I didn't know what was and what wasn't. And with relation to the water bottle, it was indicated that specifically was, so that's why I went ahead and focused on it and collected it.
Okay. And would it be the same thing for the yellow tool bag in the garage? Was that a decision by you, or is information from someone else?
Well, that would have been that's based on the contents found within the yellow tool bag. There was some duct tape that was recovered from there, which, as I write in my report, was consistent with the duct tape that was found in the trash can.
Okay.
Appeared to be consistent.
I understand that. And lastly, the is it maybe a typo, but did Arden Summers tell you that she drove from her father's house to her mother's house?
Objection, Judge. Hearsay.
I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. Sustained.
Does your report say that Arden Summers drove from her
Objection,
father's
Judge.
house?
Hearsay.
No, sustained.
Did you have any knowledge of Arden Summers driving from her father's house to her mother's house?
As I recall, or as I indicated, she gave us a path of travel, and I believe that may be part of what she told us.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Corporal, when you say that items are marked and then collected,
Yes, ma'am.
So is it fair to say when you go through the residence, there's no yellow markers around initially?
No, ma'am. The first set of photographs, or first thing that we would see, there's no markers anywhere, and then from there things are marked.
And when we talk about markers, we're talking about these yellow plastic items with numbers on them.
Yes, ma'am. They either have numbers or letters.
And then they're photographed with the markers next to the item that is ultimately taken from the home.
Correct.
Nothing further, Judge.
May the corporal be excused or released?
He's excused, Judge, and released from the state.
And released. Any objection to the corporal being released from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Corporal Blair. You may step down. You may be released as a witness at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'll ask the state to please call your next witness.
Judge, it's going to be Rita Hall.
Is that on the thing?
Yes.